Nowadays, a huge number of people use Apple technology, such as iPhones, and there is also a lot of people using Microsoft. These are two companies that have completely changed our lives. Now, many people cannot live without Apple or Microsoft. But how were these two great companies created? Who are their founders? In this video, I will tell you about the founders and how these companies were built. This video will be especially useful for beginners who needs more motivation. After all, despite all the difficulties, these guys were able to build such a great corporations. Be sure to watch this video to the end. Now, let's talk about Microsoft and its founder Bill Gates. Bill was born on October 28 in 1955 in Seattle, basically the same year as Steve Jobs. He was born into a wealthy family belonging to the upper middle class. In childhood, he was characterized by shyness and isolated, showing no interest in the game of peers. This bothered his parents, forcing them to ask for help from a specialist. An experienced psychologist who examined Bill saw a strong character behind his external vulnerability and told his mother that her son cannot be changed. The only way out for her is to adapt to his features. At the age of 10, Bill Gates, the son of respectable parents and successor of their names, earned his own money for ice cream, playing cards. He rarely lost. Curious and intelligent, Bill quickly lost interest in the usual lessons of elementary school. When he was 13 years old, his parents realized that his abilities require special education and transferred him to a private school. Gates' first business venture was back in 70s with Paul Allen. Their company was called Trafo Data and had only two employees, Paul and Bill. As part of their venture, they developed a traffic management program for the municipality of Seattle. This activity earned them $20,000. However, by Allen's own confession, although the company brought some profit, it did not become successful. Therefore, the partners had to close their business. For most people, this could be a serious blow. But for Gates and Allen, this experience was only a valuable lesson for the future. After graduating from high school, Bill scored impressive grades on that SAT exam. Following a family tradition, he entered to Harvard University, planning to study law. In Harvard, he met Steve Ballmer, who later became the director of Microsoft. Despite his chosen profession, Gates remained withdrawn and unsociable. This clearly did not help his success in law. He rarely attended student parties, except for those organized by Ballmer. At the same time, Paul Allen persistently convinced him to start a new software firm, but Bill did not dare to drop out. That all changed when Allen, on his way to a friend's house, purchased the January edition of Popular Electronic magazine. The cover showed first mass-produced personal computer for consumers. Realizing that this was the exact time, the friends decided to take a chance. The home computer market was just beginning to take off, and they realized that software would be an essential part of it. Gates immediately called MITS, the company that had created the Atari computer. He said that he and Paul were working on creating a basic interpreter for his computer, despite the fact that they didn't have anything at that time. The company expressed interest, and the president of MITS, Ed Roberts, set up a meeting. At that meeting, they were demonstrated their program. Gates and Allen had to work at an incredibly fast speed, creating program code and testing it on other computers. On the day of the presentation, their program was accepted by the Atari computer, and MITS immediately purchased the rights to it. Gates considers this day the birth of the software market. This is how Microsoft was born, where Bill and Paul invited their high school friends to work. Despite the fact that the first 5 Microsoft clients went bankrupt, the guys didn't give up, and in 1979 they returned to Seattle. In the same year, Bill was removed from the university for skipping classes and falling grades. In 1985, Microsoft released the Windows 1 operating system. Despite lots of drawbacks and errors, it was an important step for the company's road to success. A year later, Microsoft stocks went public for the first time, and Bill Gates became a billionaire instantly. A year later, Microsoft introduced the first version of Windows, and in 1993, monthly sales of the operating system exceeded to 1 million copies. Until the year 2000, Gates held the position of CEO of Microsoft, and in January passed his responsibilities to Steve Ballmer. In June of 2008, Gates finally left the leadership of the company. As you can see, no matter what, Steve and Bill have had a great success. Believe in yourself and you will succeed. We have more interesting videos about cryptocurrency, finance, and earnings on our channel, so go ahead and watch them. I really hope that from this video you get to know Steve and Bill way better. Give us a like and subscribe. This is the Talking Team. See you soon.